welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my mid-year update, my hits and the misses that we've had throughout the year. So we're going to start with all of the curriculum that was a total hit, and then we'll go into the stuff that I'm going to change for next year. Now in this video, I'm not going to share next year's picks, although I want to. I'm not going to just yet because I am kind of finalizing some details on some stuff, and then I will show you guys that. But that's not going to be until I have physically everything, because I'd love to go through all the things that I picked and how that's going to work for each kid. So for the hits this year, all the hits for math have been amazing. So we are sticking with the Good and the Beautiful for my girls. I will say Math 5 for Simply Good and the Beautiful Math has been really hard. I was warned by a lot of other moms that Math 5 is really hard, and I think it's just because the kids are getting taught, well, my daughter is getting taught very hard concepts, and it's like one hard concept after another, and it just goes at kind of a fast rate, I feel like, and they try to pack so much into each lesson that in the beginning we were having to split up our lessons into 2 days, and so I felt like kind of getting us behind, but now we're kind of getting into a good groove to finish it. But it's been hard, and she does not like, and I'm talking about Addison, she does not like the video lessons at all. The reason why is because she said that level 4, she felt like the video lessons, they explained more, and it just kind of went through it better. And I agree, because I've watched some of the 5 videos with her, and I'm like, oh, I don't know why they taught it that way, because this way is much easier, and or they just didn't explain it enough, and then they expect her to do it. So that's my only, like, con about it. But I will say, if you really enjoyed 4, I would encourage you to power through 5 to get to 6, because I've heard better things about Math 6. Now my goal for her is she will do Math 5, Math 6, and then I'm going to move her into Denison Math. So Christopher right now is using Denison, and it's been amazing. So Denison pre-algebra will come with the solutions manual, and what I love about Denison is that Mr. Denison works through each problem step by step, whereas like the Good and the Beautiful, for example, they just give you the answer. They do not show you how to work it out. And so if you as like the parent were not like, if I have Addie work through, like, I'm just throwing out a lesson, if I have her work through lesson 67 and I'm like, okay, I see what it's on, but I'm going to encourage you to work solo on that. And then if she asks for my help, I then look at it and I'm like, okay, well, my teacher's guide isn't really a guide. It's more of just an answer key. So you really got to be paying attention to what they're learning with the Good and the Beautiful. I mean, not to say that you wouldn't with any subject, but for them to do it more independently and then just call on you for help. I'm just saying, if you're not a mathy person, and you're relying solely on that answer key, you're gonna struggle with the Good and the Beautiful. You really got to make sure that you yourself know like how to work out those problems in like that she's working through, because the answer key is just going to give you the answer. It's not going to show you how they got to that answer. So what I like about Denison is that he shows you step by step. So I will show you just kind of for an example. So in pre-algebra, do you see how he works through each step? And I like that it's handwritten, like, not that he's a kid, but handwritten like a kid would write their answers out and their steps out. And I like that instead of it being like computerized. You get what I'm trying to say. So I like that, and so we're enjoying that. This is the solutions manual. This is the textbook. Now, don't let the textbook scare you. It is very big, but it really doesn't feel heavy. Like in material is what I mean, not weight. But each lesson is really easy, I think. But I mean, I do have a more mathy kid who's using this. However, I'll just open up one of these for example so you guys can kind of see a lesson. Let's see, something that he's just done. Okay, so for what they will do is he logs into his class. So right now he's in chapter 10. So he would click on chapter 10-3. He watches the video. Mr. Denison is teaching the lesson. He also has like classwork to do while he's watching the lesson, which is pretty much like on this page. And then the next page, after he's done with like the, you know, I think those videos are only like 10 to 15 minutes long. When he's done with that, then Christopher will actually have his assignment. So this is something that he did today. And then that's it. He's done with it. And then the next day is something also pretty simple. He will have 10-4. He has word problems. This is what he needs to look at. And then this is the class assignment. And then after his class assignment, he has, or his classwork, I should say, he has his assignment. It's amazing. It works so well. I think my girls are going to do really well when they get to this level. The only thing I wish that this program offered was like a sibling group thing, because it's like I already have like the solutions and I have the answer key, you know, and so it would be cool if I could just, you know, the program expires after a year. I think he has it for like 15 months up from when you purchased it. So that's another thing. If you're not going to use it right away, don't buy it yet. Definitely use it, like order it with enough time for you to get the actual like books, but you'll have access to like the class and everything. But like I said, it's only for 15 months and then it expires. I'm sure he would probably work with people if like they went past 15 months, but that's probably on a case-by-case basis, and you'd probably have to reach out to him. I am not an affiliate with this program, but I wish I was, because it's so good, guys. I love it. And so if you have a 7th or 8th grader, pre-algebra might be where you want them to start off. Denison's great. Let's talk about Haley. She's using Math 4. It's really, really good for her this year. Now, Haley's not a mathy kid, and Math 3, you know, it was a bit of a struggle. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, we just got to power through. She did like a lot of the games in Math 3. And then I told her, I'm like, hey, when we get to Math 4, you have video lessons, which she was excited about. She has flourished so much with math this year, and she does not like math. She still doesn't like math, but she's so much better at it this year, and she's really good. And there's things that she's catching on, and she absolutely loves the videos, the mini lessons. And so I'm nervous for her for Math 5 next year, but we'll see. I mean, I'm just gonna kind of see how it goes, and I'll try to approach it like I have been this year with Addison, and we'll see how it goes. But Addie will go into Math 6 next year, and that actually looks a lot better than Math 5. So that math has been a hit. I did have the kids start typing this year, and I like this book so far. They are learning a lot. I think that Addie might enjoy something more like online, but we're just gonna stick with this because 2 of my other kids are fine with it, and Addie's fine with it. I just think that she likes like game stuff, like game aspects of learning and stuff. And so I don't know. I might have her do some other typing thing online that's like free or something, that's just like fun typing, but I still want her to actually do the lessons in here. So I'll pull one out just so you guys can see what it looks like on the inside. Okay, so they come with these stickers in the front, and after they have completed a lesson, they put a sticker on it. Well, all my kids are sharing this, so I let them take turns putting a sticker in the book after we've completed the lesson, but they also have I printed out, I don't know if I remember, I think I showed you guys, I printed out their lessons for typing, and so they put stickers after they complete a lesson. That way every day they get to put a sticker in, but the more fun stickers are definitely in this book. But so they start off with whatever the clouds say to do. So for lesson 16, they do whatever the cloud says to do, and then they type these out. And so far so good. I will say Haley struggles with having to close her eyes and type it out from memory. I think she's like, I have to close my eyes. And so I'm like, yes, because I want you to, the idea is that you're getting finger memory from it. And so just we're powering through it, because I do think that some stuff is super easy and some stuff is a little more challenging, but I want them to get used to it now, because when they get into those higher levels and they have to type out reports and stuff like book reports or essays, I don't want them to then learn how to type. So I think right now is a good year to do that, and we will be using this again. So typing 1 has been a hit. Handwriting, I love the Good and the Beautiful handwriting. This is level 6. I just took some of the books I had. I wasn't going to take all the books out of their desks. That would have been too much. But so Christopher's handwriting, his handwriting's always top notch. I love his handwriting. But this handwriting is just so beautiful. And this works really well. I mean, I've used Handwriting for Tears. I used A Reason for Handwriting, which I did enjoy that one, but Haley was not doing well with it. So I was like, okay, we got to switch. And the only other one I really enjoyed was The Good and the Beautiful. And so Haley's handwriting is improving. And I noticed that it's like her handwriting looks amazing in the book, but then when she goes to write something else, she kind of just writes however she wants. And so I keep telling her, I'm like, well, check your work before you let me see it. And then I see her over there with the eraser and I'm like, okay, so if you're writing nice in your book, you got to carry that into other stuff, not just handwriting. So still working on that. History is always a hit. I love Knotgrass. Knotgrass is just amazing. We're working our way through the readers right now. The read alouds, which are really, really good so far. And right now we have made it through book 1. This comes with 2 books. And I have plans for next year, so I'll talk to you guys about that in another one. But right now we have finished book 1. And this one, I would say, this is better for middle school for sure. But my girls love history. And so I knew with Christopher being in middle school and Addie going to be in middle school next year and Haley's just insanely smart, I'm like, you know what, we're going to go ahead and do this. And so far, so good. I will say if your kids don't love history and they're not... I don't even know how to explain it, but if your kids don't love history, I would they're in middle school, I would have them start off with probably not this one. I would probably have them do like America the Beautiful maybe. Yeah, I would probably start off with that one because I know Knotgrass has like 3 different ones for middle school. From Adam to Us, Uncle Sam and You, and America the Beautiful. And America the Beautiful looks really nice. And so anyway, I will talk to you about history another time. But this one has been good so far and we are loving all the readers. Let's see what else. Language arts has been a hit for some and not for others. So the girls, well, you know what, this is gonna segue me into the misses. Okay, so language arts. All of the readers have been a total hit. All of the art aspects, pastel and watercolor, all of it's been a total hit. The only thing is that my girls hate it. And I'm so upset. I'm so sad about it because The Good and the Beautiful's language arts I just love it so much. And I've told them, I'm like, so we have another option picked out for next year for the girls. Christopher, I showed him the other option that I would suggest if it wasn't The Good and the Beautiful, and he said no, he'll stick with The Good and the Beautiful. So I was like, okay. He's not a fan of the challenge, like reading sentence climbs. He's not a fan of that, but he's like getting better at it. So I'm like, okay, just, you know, hang in there. You may enjoy it. He really likes the sentence diagramming, which I did not think he would like, but so he really likes that. The girls just don't like it. And so I told them pretty much like, hang in there. Don't make any decisions yet. I'm not purchasing their curriculum yet, but we have a backup plan in the event that they decide for sure that they don't want to finish with The Good and the Beautiful. Because the reason and the only reason I'm really giving them that option, because I normally don't. I mean, I'm so used to them being like in elementary and I just pick everything, but they're getting older with preteen, you know, opinions and attitudes and feelings and all these things, and it's like it's been pulling teeth some days to kind of like, hey guys, we gotta do it. Like, I don't want to hear the grumbling about it. Like, we have to get it done. It's part of school today. And this is about language arts. And I don't know if it's that they're not used to the style and they're so used to other things that they've used. And so I don't know, because they love the readers and they love other stuff in it. They just don't like, I don't know. They didn't say like the fluff of it, but I was getting the impression that they just thought it was too much. And so I picked something else. We'll see. I'm not purchasing it yet. So I said, like, let me know. But I do think that the girls aren't going to be using The Good and the Beautiful next year, which makes me so sad. Another miss was definitely these books. No. Entirely no. Just, I don't even know what to say. No. I got the reading and the vocabulary. These are for Haley. Vocabulary was okay. I did not love it. I won't be purchasing again. And I absolutely did not care for the reading. There were some stories I definitely was not a fan of and did not want them to read. And so we had to skip some. And I don't know. We did not care for them. I wish I could give you a better explanation as to why we did not like them. But there's like, I'm trying to explain it without like bashing the company. You know, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut on it. I'm not a fan. I don't recommend it. It did not work for us. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. Not a fan. I will be going with some other choices for reading and vocabulary and all that stuff next year. This was a hit. I totally forgot. Our devotionals. This is Christopher's devotional. I know I was asked in another video a little bit more about it. So this is what it's called. I got it on Amazon. Very affordable. It's working out really nice. So just to give you kind of an idea, they have some reading to do. And then there is a connect and reflect section where they may have to draw something and then fill out something on the other side. I like that there's key verses in here. There's mazes in here. Let's see. There's God's grace. Draw pictures that represent God's grace and being saved by Jesus. And then you write something and draw. I think Christopher's really enjoyed it. There's word searches. There's crossword puzzles. I mean, if you have a teen boy, this is probably one of the better ones that I've seen out there. I don't know what I'm going to use for next year yet. So I'm sticking with the devotionals because I think it's a great thing to start your morning off. And we don't use it every day. I would say probably, I don't know, a couple times a week. But this is only 5 minutes that they take doing that. So really enjoy that. This one is wonderful for the girls. I do know what I'm picking next year for the girls, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, Christopher, I'm still looking. But so this one's Haley's. They have, I'll show you week 8. This is not part of week 8, just this page. So they read a story. And there's a Bible verse at the top of each one. And then on the next page, they have weekly prayer, my prayer, let's see, journal questions. And then the next day is another story they get to read. It's kind of like application stories, which I really enjoy. So there's an application story, and you know what I like about the application stories is BJU had, was it BJU? Yes, BJU Bible, which I really did enjoy, had a application story where they would read through it and then they have questions. How does that apply to your life? And so what I like about this is it's not necessarily questions on how it applies to your life, but it just like has them kind of ponder over that. And then there are journal questions here, but it's very easy to use and my girls are enjoying that. So this is that's a total hit if you have girls. Let's see what else. Okay, another miss, unfortunately, was our unit studies this year. So I love Gather Round. I love it with my whole heart. And we loved Vikings. We did not finish all of it. We got through like 80% of it. But then they were kind of burnt out on some of the stuff. And I heard Vikings was so good, so that's why I was excited to use it. But it was kind of okay. It wasn't one of my favorite ones from Gather Round, but next year I'm not using unit studies. I know that sounds crazy, but there's some I love unit studies, but there's a reason why I'm not going to be using those next year. But I'll kind of talk more about that in my next year's school picks as to why we're not using it. But we're not next year. We have so much other stuff that I want them to focus on. And the way I am going to implement unit studies next year is going to be holiday related. So I will use them around Christmas time. This past year we used Campfire Curriculum for A Christmas Carol, which was wonderful, except I got sick through December, so we only got through a portion of it. I still have it, and maybe we'll do that again like next Christmas, but I still have the book that I got, which is wonderful, and we did do some of the cool stuff that's related to it, and I had some other activities to go with it, which was really fun for the kids, and I was able to get that in before I got sick. So yeah, that was great. Other unit studies, yeah, I think it's just going to be holiday themed ones that we'll do next year because I feel like that's going to be easier for me. And science was a miss. unfortunately. Okay, so I love Science Shepherd. I think the company is amazing. I think the people that run the company are amazing. Bill Hardin, have nothing but nice things to say about him. It's such a wonderful curriculum. It just didn't work for us, unfortunately. And I think it's because the kids really wanted lots of science experiments this year, and that just wasn't happening because there was hardly any for the one that we picked. There was some, but not a lot. And what else was it? Oh yeah, the videos. The kids just didn't like them. They were like, they liked them at first, and then after a while they were like, they kind of were like just not feeling it. And so that makes me sad because I actually did enjoy it, and it made it easier because if I'm not a sciencey type person, so that's why I thought the kids would enjoy it. I am a history person, English, and I am enjoying some math stuff, but I'm more history and English. Like if I were to ever teach in a public school or Christian school or whatever, that's what I would be teaching, history or English. Those are the two things that I excel at, the two things that I love the most teaching. History probably a little bit more. And so, yeah, science has just been, yeah, that kind of made me sad that we had to switch. But I did discontinue my affiliate deal with them. So if you do see any other videos where I have affiliate links, they are not going to work anymore. I had messaged them, and I basically said I can't continue my affiliate anymore because I'm changing the curriculum. So I didn't feel like it was right to not be using that curriculum but have the affiliate link. And so I was just like, I do still talk about it to people like, oh, it's such a great curriculum and you should use it if you know, if you like videos, if you want short lessons, there's just a lot of reasons why I still recommend it. It just didn't work for us, so I didn't want to keep using it. And then All About Spelling is still a hit, so that's a thing that we're still using. Let's see, we've finished All About Reading, so that's that All About Learning, the company, that one's amazing. They have such great books. All About Spelling is not working great for Addison, but works fine for my others, but Addison it's not. So we are changing some things up with some of Addie's curriculum in particular next year. Okay, and I think that's it. Sorry, I'm like looking at my notes to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh yeah, and this is my wonderful planner, total hit. Plum paper, I love plum paper planners. They are a little bit more on the pricier side, but if you enjoy planning, teacher planning, you will probably enjoy this one. I don't know if I've ever shown it to you. I think maybe, I don't know, in an older video. But I'll be sticking with plum paper also for next year. But that is it, guys. I want to share some really cool stuff. Oh, I really want to share it, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to keep my mouth shut, and I'm going to wait until I actually have all the curriculum for next year to physically show you, because it's going to be so wonderful, and I'm just so excited. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, leave it down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.